9:42 a.m. News and Views on Salam Media. We are now going to be looking at, according to the Auditor-General's latest audit outcomes, at least 4 of 11 councils across the province regressed from their previous audit outcomes, with only 2 sustaining clean audit options. So to talk to us about this situation is governance expert Professor Sam Koma. A very good morning to you. Welcome to the program.
Morning, Ali. Thank you for having me.
A very worrying situation, is it not? If these municipalities are not spending the money regarding upgrading infrastructure wherever the monies are needed, what's happening to all of our tax money then? If when they're being audited and they don't get a clean audit, surely we need to see what was initially budgeted, what was spent, on what it was spent, and or if why hasn't it been spent. We as taxpayers are owed that explanation, are we not?
Yes, definitely, Ali. In fact, the net effect of this governance lapses in the context of our municipalities is that we seem to have serious accountability regressions that has given rise to abuse of authority, misappropriation of public funds, and also trust deficit. And very important, it means that there is lack of consequences in the context of those officials who happen to be implicated in these acts of fraud, corruption, and also theft. Because if you read the local government audit outcomes report, which was tabled by the Auditor-General last week before Parliament, it does flag 5.19 billion rand that relates to estimated financial loss that has been executed across municipalities. So it's not only confined to the municipalities that are located in Gauteng, but across the sphere of local government, this seems to be a serious challenge and also problem that has been raised by the Auditor General. So what it means is that the culture of impunity, lack of consequences, continue to beset municipalities. And it also means that we have poor oversight, accountability, and consequence management, which is supposed to be performed by oversight bodies, which is the municipal council, the speaker of municipal council, the elected office bearers, namely the executive mayor or the mayor, the MMCs or the ESCOM members, our MPECs, the municipal public accounts committees, and also internal audit units seems not to be fulfilling their legislative and constitutional obligation, which is to hold those officials accountable and also answerable in the manner in which they go about performing their responsibilities in accordance with the relevant pieces of legislation, the Municipal Finance Management Act, the Municipal Systems Act, and also the Municipal Structures Act.
You are a governance expert, Professor. Surely municipalities should have governance experts or governance people in place to oversee all of this and to guide their auditors, accountants, etc., and people who sign off tenders and payments and so forth. It has to go through a process, a rigid process to almost ensure that there's no corruption in place. And it also seems that lots of people are wanting to join government simply because they see all these municipalities as cash cows, sadly, because they know people are getting away with murder.
Yes, you're quite right, Ali. And that is the reason the Auditor General is at pains to explain that we seem to have serious problem of skills deficit. In other words, we have wrong people holding the right positions in the municipalities. So you have people who are appointed in the finance units of these municipalities without the necessary expertise, knowledge, and very important experience to execute their tasks. But there is a drive which is being shaped by the South African Local Government Association, which is SALGA, which speaks to the need to professionalize local government. So there seem to be impetus and also a drive on the part of key stakeholders involved in the local government sector to say it's high time we prioritize the issue of appointing the right individuals with the right skills, expertise, as per the Municipal Systems Amendment Act, Section 54A. It's very prescriptive to say anyone who has to be appointed as a city manager or municipal manager, the senior managers accountable to the municipal manager, including the CFOs, have to possess the professional qualifications, experience, and also expertise as provided for in the job requirements that go with these positions. So it remains to be seen whether at some point we'll start seeing some movement in that respect, where municipalities put primary responsibility and also focus around this issue of acquisition of human capital with the right expertise.
If put into place, we pray that it's sooner rather than later. Do you believe that would then address the problem we're sitting with currently, to wipe out all of the corruption and to start making service delivery happen and fast pace it so that we can put I guess infrastructure rot, that we can kind of stop all of the corruption and the breaking down of everything around us, that we can manage it and we can address it and we can get the country or the city up and running as it should be.
Yes, in addition to that, we also need courageous political leaders with political will who can take tough decisions that relates to effecting consequence management, reprimanding officials, instituting disciplinary sanctions, and also instituting civil proceedings or criminal proceedings where necessary as part of recovering these stolen public funds or municipal funds, and also holding these officials accountable in terms of taking the necessary disciplinary measures. So that will trigger a shift, a major shift in terms of attitude, in terms of behavior, conduct on the part of municipal officials, including our councillors, because they are expected to play a very important oversight role and also ensuring that there is consequence management that is meted out against officials implicated in wrongdoing, malfeasance, and also inefficiencies.
And I'm hopeful now that I speak with you on this issue as a governance expert. I'm hopeful that it's going to start happening sooner rather than later, because everybody on the street is talking about it. People are sick and tired of all the rot they see around them, right from the top to the bottom. And hopefully things are going to start changing. Professor Sam Koma, governance expert, thank you indeed for your time on the show this morning.
Pleasure, Ali. Thank you.
It is exactly 9:51 news and views on Salam Media. We're going to cross over, inshallah, to the Holy Lands. We're going to Medina and we'll be talking with Maulana Muhammad Vanker on Hajj Diaries 2023.